Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm doing part 4 of What If Naruto Had Hacks. By the way, this is also going to be the final part of the series. I know it was a little short, but I hope you still enjoy, since it's going to be a little bit of a longer episode. Anyways, if you haven't watched the last part, go watch it, because I'm not going to do a recap this time. Anyways, let's go. With Hiruzen still alive and Konoha intact, they have a much better chance against the Akatsuki, or at least that's what they thought. Orochimaru's underlings, after a while, try to abduct Sasuke, or take him, however you want to say it. Sasuke reluctantly agrees, like in the normal events. Of course, the Konoha team is ordered to go after Sasuke, though they have a hard time, and Naruto and Sasuke are finally in the valley where all went to shambles. Naruto and Sasuke are opposing each other, however Naruto will beat Sasuke here easily. Not crazy easily, but he will beat him easier than Sasuke beat Naruto in the original series. He has better control over Kurama, he can slow down time for himself, better chakra control, more jutsus in his arsenal. He's just stronger. Naruto beats Sasuke and takes him back to Konoha, and with that, the 2-year time skip begins. Naruto trained a lot over this time period and got more hacks. Well, he didn't really learn or got them, he just unlocked them by achieving more control over his body, as well as doing some meditation and talking more and more to Kurama and building a closer relationship with his inner self. He also got much more chakra, not just chakra control, but also unlocked more chakra as his body evolved into a teen/young adult, as well as Kurama being to give him his all, as much as Naruto needs. Sasuke got stronger too, but not quite as much as Naruto, of course. He trained a lot with Kakashi and basically got all of Kakashi's abilities, and even trained a little bit with Naruto, so he definitely got very powerful, even more powerful than in the original canon. And now, of course, Gaara became the Kazekage, just as normal, but then got kidnapped by Deidara and Sasori. Normal Team 7 is sent out, this meaning instead of Sai, we have the normal Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, with Kakashi as their team sensei. This time they succeed with relative ease. Sasori, of course, still kills himself and tells Sakura the important information, though in this battle, Naruto was much easier at defeating Deidara, since in the canon they thought they defeated him, but he still survived. But here they did actually defeat Deidara, and he did not survive. Sasuke, of course, helped out much more than Sai did in the canon, so it was very easy for Team 7. With with Sasori's tip, Team 7 follows to the bridge, where they meet up with Orochimaru in disguise. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention is that Kakashi wasn't on mission in this team at this point, so Yamato wasn't the team leader. It was just Kakashi. Also, Sai secretly followed Team 7 under Danzo's orders without them actually knowing. Well, they did realize someone was following them, but they didn't know exactly who and why. Now back to the present. They meet Orochimaru on the bridge where Sasori told them to go. Naruto isn't angered so easily by Orochimaru talking this time because Sasuke didn't leave Konoha, of course. Orochimaru has a deep hatred for Naruto though, but also a lust for his body and wants to control him, similar to how he wanted Sasuke. But even more since not only does he have the nine tails, but there's something weird about him. He has so much chakra, yet so much self-control, and just raw power. Orochimaru tries to kidnap Sasuke once more, which makes Naruto extremely angry, but instead of losing control like in canon, he consciously uses 5 tails of his chakra cloak to absolutely demolish Orochimaru. He retreats, and of course Kabuto goes with him. Naruto gets back Sasuke, so there's everything okay, and Team 7 returns back to Konoha. Team of Chunin and Jonin, in the meantime, were sent out to stop Hidan and Kakuzu of the Akatsuki, who were killing people left, right, and center. Here, the normal events take place. Asuma dies, Shikamaru is traumatized by these events. In the meantime, Naruto doesn't need the training with Kakashi to learn the Rasen Shuriken, since he has some form of mastery over all 5 elements and didn't just learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu trick to train faster, so he has all of that already done and trained for years. And I say years in plural, not just 2 years, but because of his time freeze ability, he had about 20, which is a lot, especially with that many Shadow Clones. Now Team 7, along with the remaining Team 10, which is, of course, Ino, Shikasho, go to kill Hidan and Kakuzu, like in the normal events. They succeed as normal, but with less difficulty, much less, since Naruto basically solos Kakuzu with a bit of help from Kakashi, and Sasuke and Shikamaru finish off Hidan. But Shikamaru does get his revenge, of course, and Sasuke does let him do that, since he knows how it feels from Itachi. Though, of course, Sasuke isn't there just yet. This time, Sasuke doesn't go follow Itachi mindlessly because of his hatred. Because his hatred has gotten much less. However, Naruto and Sasuke do request a mission from Tsunade to go catch Itachi and kill him if must be. Tsunade denies, thinking Naruto and Sasuke alone aren't strong enough to go, and Sasuke is not mentally prepared enough. However, they sneak off alone to search for Itachi. Sasuke, of course, has his reasons. Not only is Itachi a criminal, he's his brother who murdered his family and clan. And Naruto understands that and wants to help his friend as much as possible. And, as I said, Itachi is a criminal, because they don't know the true backstory of what happened that day, so they just think of Itachi as a bad person, which, of course, we all know he's not. Sasuke is a little bit stronger than in canon, as I said before, but Tsunade doesn't think they're as strong as Itachi. Naruto and Sasuke track down Itachi and Kisame, but Kisame only lets Sasuke go fight Itachi. So Naruto waits outside until Kisame seems to become impatient and starts to fight Naruto. And I'm sorry to say, Naruto wins low difficulty. At this point, he's mastered his time freeze ability, and it's as if Naruto moves at the speed of light, where everything else stops for him except for himself. So he's basically impossible to defeat at this point. But yeah, Kisame was no match for Naruto, which is a big blow to the Akatsuki. Not only have Sasori, Deidara, Kidan and Kakuzu died now, but also Kisame and Itachi. And of course, Orochimaru is just scared of Naruto at this point. Naruto goes after Sasuke and Itachi, who are now battling at their fullest. Sasuke didn't go to Orochimaru, though completed Naruto's training boot camp, as I'm going to call it, and got all of Kakashi's abilities, so he's pretty damn strong. Naruto watches their fight because this is Sasuke's fight, and he respects his feelings. However, when they're at their final attack and Itachi takes his last breath, Naruto again completely freezes time and takes some of Itachi's hair. And you'll see why later. Naruto then retreats without taking Sasuke with him, for he saw that it was destiny to leave Sasuke there. Sasuke faints as usual after his fight, and Obito abducts Sasuke and tells him the truth. Sasuke is furious, completely angry, though he doesn't want to destroy the leaf this time. He wants to protect it, like Itachi did, because he's made a very close connection with the leaf and the people in it, especially with Naruto, Kakashi, and some others. And yes, of course, with Sakura as well. At this point, Naruto doesn't quite go back to the leaf yet, but he kind of stays around the village where Sasuke and Obito are now at. In the meantime, without their notice, Jiraiya went on a mission, though Tsunade wasn't very happy with it. He knew that something was going on in the village hidden in the rain, and this is where the pain arc begins. Normal events happen, and sadly, our beloved Jiraiya takes his end. At this point, Sasuke kind of escapes Obito, goes with Naruto back to the Hidden Leaf Village. Jiraiya's frog, the old one, the Grandpa Toad, as I call him, goes back to the Hidden Leaf Village and gives notice of Jiraiya's passing, as well as his message. Naruto is completely depressed at this news, and while Sasuke does try to help him deal and recover from these crazy emotions, he is unable to help him completely, and knows that Naruto must take a revenge, similar to how he did, though Sasuke didn't want him to go the same path as he did, for he now realized that it was the wrong path, and he was just blinded by his emotion. Naruto, though, trains and trains even more, and finally agrees to go with the Toad to learn Sage Mode, and lets Shikamaru deal with the hidden message. Naruto learns Sage Mode much quicker than usual, and instead of making like 3 Shadow Clones at Mount Myoboku, he makes like 300, who all tank Sage energy. So once Naruto goes back to the Hidden Leaf Village, which is now almost completely destroyed by pain, he's now more ready than ever, to absolutely annihilate the Akatsuki forever. Pain sees more in Naruto than in canon. He's a beast at this point. Incredible amounts of chakra, crazy jutsus, incredible chakra control, Sage Mode stronger than even Hashirama's, and so much energy stored up, it would destroy the world. They start fighting, and Naruto beats 5 of the pains with incredible ease. He finally fights the last one, which has all of the pain's energy now. This is a harder fight but he still destroys them. Then, after going to Nagato, he talks to him, similar to the canon, and whilst he is furious, he does want something from Nagato. Not only does he want Nagato to revive all of the remaining dead people from the village, he also wants his eyes. Nagato, of course, on his own, wants to revive everybody from the village. And then, with Naruto's request, agrees to give him his eyes, the Rinnegan, and is then buried by Konan at the same place where Jiraiya was. And they also made a grave for their friend. With that, Naruto has the Rinnegan, saved the village, and everybody seems to be happy. Konan actually lives in the village now, and she's welcomed by most people, and she even talks to a lot of Jonin, Chunin, and Tsunade herself. Though some people still have a lot of hatred for her, since she was part of the reason that Konoha was destroyed and a lot of people were killed, although they did get restored back to life. At this point, Naruto also has an idea to help not only the village but also his best friend Sasuke, and that is to use the hair that he stole from Itachi right before he died and use a secret jutsu, a forbidden jutsu. Naruto uses the reanimation jutsu to bring Itachi back to life. He lets Itachi and Sasuke, have some time to talk it out, and after about a day, he asks Itachi if he can help restore the village and protect it from future battles. And Itachi agrees, because with Naruto's chakra, he basically gave Itachi a part of his chakra. So whilst Itachi's chakra signature is now similar to Naruto's and has a faint feeling of Naruto, Itachi can now live out his life until about 20 years into the future, which is quite a long time, especially for an already dead person. Naruto then, with his newfound Rinnegan, goes to the Akatsuki hideout. Obito is of course now preparing for all-out war, because most of the Akatsuki have already been defeated, except for very few. Only Zetsu, Obito, and Orochimaru are still alive, though Orochimaru doesn't really want anything to do with the Akatsuki anymore, and was actually contacted by the Leaf to team up with them instead of the opponent, which he reluctantly agreed, though only because Naruto was on their side, and if Naruto and Sasuke switched teams, he would have changed his mind since they will carry this war. Naruto with incredible chakra and now the Rinnegan, as well as Sasuke with the Mangekyo Sharingan and other crazy abilities. By the way, Sasuke does actually now have the Eternal from Itachi, which Obito actually gave him. Pretty stupid. Too stupid of Obito if you ask me, but you know. Anyways, Naruto, along with Sasuke, does go to the Akatsuki now and confronts them. Obito opens him with open arms, but not really. Well, if Naruto joins, he said they'll make his dreams come true, though Naruto didn't buy it and directly went into combat. He absolutely destroyed Zetsu, since he doesn't really have any fighting power. He's really just a spy. Obito was no match for such an incredible shinobi, so he did die in the end. And Orochimaru, well, he's part of the Konoha as well, so with that, the Akatsuki are basically dead, though Black Zetsu is still alive, which they don't really know what he's planning yet, because he still has a chance of doing the infinite Tsukuyomi, now with Naruto as his main person. With two Renegons, that could be the way to revive Kaguya. Though as soon as he goes to Naruto to try to get him to his side and manipulate him, Naruto copies his dark signature, his chakra signature, looks for it around the entire globe, makes sure that he's the only one, and then defeats him easily, since he doesn't really have any fighting power. And he checks again after that to see if any trace of him is still left, and he guarantees there is not. Which now means all the Akatsuki members have been defeated. Sasuke got one Rinnegan. Just kidding, he didn't. Sasuke just has two Eternal Mangekyos. Naruto has two Rinnegans. Incredible chakra. Incredible powers. The Hidden Leaf is safe. Everybody survived except for Jiraiya, of course. There was never a fourth Shinobi War. And this is how the story ends. Naruto, shortly after that, became Hokage due to his ripeness as well as power, and with that, the village was safe for many years to come. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little series, and there will be much more to come. See ya!